Hello and welcome to a new video. In today's video, we're going to take a look at the current rank 1 in the world team from Jekko Locos. Thanks so much for letting me know your team here. We're going to have a very interesting team here. We're going to have a team that is going to be triple com Unity Day. By the way, if I sound a little bit different, I'm a little bit sick, but like nothing crazy. Just to let you know, we're going to take a look here today at CHARJABUG as our main interesting Pokemon with the move Crunch, which is going to allow you to hit Ghost-type Pokemon for super effective damage, which we saw already, I think, out of pocket use in the last regional tournament, saying that this would be a very good tech move on this Pokemon, allowing it to hit the Galarian Corsair for some super effective damage, which is really cool. And honestly, it's kind of nice to have, because you already going to have like the Volt Switch buff on this Pokemon this season, doing more damage now, which is going to be great for it generally. But Discharge itself is not a great move, and Crunch even gives you the option to sometimes even debuff the opponent's defense, which is kind of cool as well. So I really like this change here. Otherwise, we're going to have here as our lead the Florges, which we already took a look at yesterday as well, with the fast move of the new charge move of Chilling Water as well, which just only recently got released on it. And then we're going to have here the Corviknight with the Air Cutter, which is going to be the closer for this team. This is such an interesting and unique team, especially having triple community day is kind of something that you don't see all the time. And it's such a fun one to use. Also, they gave me a little bit of information towards this one here. They mainly use, of course, the CHARJABUG as a say-so with the move of Crunch. They also said that they basically don't really have a lot of mud steppers up there in the meta. And this is something that is also something that you always have to kind of keep in mind when you have those teams here from higher up. They are encountering a different meta than a little bit further down. Like, for example, I did like some coaching earlier as well today, and basically every single team had a mud stepper against them. Anyway, we're going to take a look here now at Carbink. Carbink is going to be a Pokemon that's not going to appreciate the super effective hits that we're going to have here against it. I could see that actually it would be ideal to go for Trailblaze for the second and third one, because you're going to be able to boost yourself up here. I'm not too sure if this is going to actually matter here, but we're going to see that swapping out into the Prime map. We are going to be able, of course it's my battle here by the way, my gameplay. We're going to be able to go for the Chilling Water, which is going to allow us to drop the opponent's attack. I'm going to decide to swap out into my CHARJABUG, which is going to be able to take those Raichus a little bit easier here. And we're just going to be able to let those moves go through. This is going to be a close combat, which is going to be resisted. And we're of course going to get out the Carbink again. Now we don't have really anything to hit them with. Everything is going to be resisted damage from us. So we're just going to go for the Volt Switch plus the Exeggutor spam. But because they were already so low, we're actually going to be forcing a shield from the opponent. I can use a shield here as well. And as we will see here, this is going to be another shield coming up from the opponent here. It is going to be the Rock Slide. And with that, we are going to be able to go for that full farm down against the opponent. That's going to be perfect. Let's see what's coming up next. It's going to be the Torterra. This is going to be alright. This is going to be the Air Cutter coming through. And we can go for another Air Cutter here as well. This is allowing us to get some damage onto them. And we can go for the full farm down to get the KO. Next opponent. We're going to encounter a Torkoal in the lead. We have to stay in here. We have to kind of play out the lead matchup, because this is the only matchup that we can play this one out. Torkoal, or like generally fire-type Pokemon, can be a bit tricky for this team in the backline, because they have double weakness there. And your lead is going to have resisted damage in theory, but it's honestly not that bad unless it's like something like a Torkoal, because you have the option, of course, to go ahead and go for some super effective Volt Switch damage against most of the fire-type Pokemon, and most of the times fire and flying. But here this is not the case. We're going to have the Torkoal. We are still going to be able to win though the first matchup, as we were able to get 2 debuffs before that overheat. They dropped their attack even further. And with that, we are going to be able to even go for a move against that Malamar. I think Malamar is a great Pokemon to run in the current meta. I think it's a Pokemon that is very much underrated, and it's a Pokemon that I'm going to try out very soon as well in a team for myself. We have the Goodra here as well. I want to catch the Thunder Punch already, but I kind of misplayed this a little bit. I was staying in for a tiny bit too long. Let's see if we're going to be able to catch the next Thunder Punch though, and we can catch the move here onto our CHARJABUG. This is going kind of well so far. Like, there's going to be a resistant hit. That's going to be fine. We're going to have still the extra against the opponent's Goodra, and this is going to do some solid amount of damage here, which we are going to be able to take. We're going to try to go for the full farm down as they go into their own Malamar. Don't think they're going to knock me out here. I think we might be able to just knock them out with that next charge move, and with that we should be kind of alright. We can even swap out straight away into our other Pokemon here now, which we do. We can go for the payback, but I misplay this one here. I'm just overfarmed by a tiny bit too much, allowing them to go for another superpower to get me lower, and this is allowing them to put us into range for one Thunder Punch. And as we will see as well, I show it for the Egg Cutter. I think I maybe would have gone off in time, but like this, we are going to lose this battle because I just make a misplay there, and I show it for my move a little bit earlier. But yeah, next opponent here coming through, we're going to have the Stunfisk, which is generally a very solid matchup, as we're going to have super effective coverage, which is going to allow us to drop the attack even further from the opponent. As we will see here, this is going to be the Mud Bomb coming through. We are going to have the opponent kind of low already at half of the HP. And let's hop on into the Dartrix. And honestly, I'm happy with it. Dartrix is a Pokemon I also still want to try out as well here. Dartrix is a very fun Pokemon. Even they have the hat on this Pokemon, which is something that I kind of would need as well. But Dartrix is going to be able to go for a charge move here. This is going to be a Brave Bird, barely doing any damage, and we're going to be able to kind of force the KO here very likely with the incoming Air Cutter. They are already debuffed. It is barely not enough. They're still going to get to another move, but we are going to be alright. Like, we're absolutely going to be fine here, as the opponent has no real chance there. We're going to be able to go for the payback, and this is going to knock out the opponent here for sure. As actually, they still survive with a few HP left. Alright, discharge coming through, going to knock us. We're going to have our Fairy here, but I'm actually happy to use a shield because I'm going to be able to debuff whatever they have in the back. It is going to be, let's see, they decide to swap out into the Murkrow. This is going to be an alright matchup for us. I do think this is actually a very cool team. I would go for Murkrow as a safe swap though for this team from the opponent, but I think it's a cool team to run. I think that, by the way, the Stunfisk is currently the best lead that you can run in the Go Battle League. This is my own opinion. Of course, you can have a different opinion, but I think this is the best Pokemon to run. And I actually like the team from the opponent. I think it might be something I can try out as well, if you are interested in watching that. But as you can see here, we're going to be able to get the KO, and we can move on to the next opponent, where we will face a Dragon type in the Dragonair. And this should be a very solid matchup, even though we don't running any kind of Fairy type coverage move. Against the Dragon type Pokemon, we are generally usually fine. I'm kind of alright here. I'm just going to be able to drop the opponent's attack. And with that, we're going to put them into farm down range for our floors as well. We can take a hit here. This is all fine. Like, this is going to be the Aqua Tail. Okay, I can go for the full farm down and end up with basically 2 charge moves and knocking out the lead of the opponent. In comes the Mapeko. I actually boost my own attack here first, which is kind of silly. The opponent decides to use a shield though, which is kind of cool. Now we have the Chilling Water, which is going to be boosted against the opponent, which they go to shield up as well. So 2 shields down, I can take that on my CHARJABUG, and I'm actually in a really good spot here right now. Let's take a look at how this is going to go. We are going to have here the Exeggutor coming through very soon. It's going to be a CMP type. I just don't want to risk it. I'm fairly certain it's just a Psychic Fangs, but I didn't want to risk it. It is just a Psychic Fangs, but at this point we're in such a great position. I couldn't really give up my CHARJABUG there. Like, if I was wrong with the Aura there, I would have just lost the match up instantly. And basically now I am going to be able to win this game instantly because I was able to get the guaranteed KO against the Mapeko. And with that, I am totally fine because a Subaru is not going to be able to knock out 2 Pokemon. They know that, and they forfeit. Next up, we're going to have the Trevenant here, and honestly, I feel like I'm making a little bit of a misplay here. I guess this could have been, no, that's a 6 fast moves. This is only the Seed Bomb. I think I just misplayed it all the time here. Yeah, the opponent's going to bait me here. I am going to be able to get the drop onto even the defense of the opponent, but this is clearly just a Seed Bomb. I'm not too sure why I decided to use a shield here. I didn't need to. They go to the Blastoise. I am going to have a lot of energy here still, but I'm not in the greatest spot. We got the shield, and we're going to go into our Florges, which of course has some super effective coverage here with a Trailblaze still, which is going to be alright. As we see, this is going to be the Hydro King coming through. We're going to be able to go for another charge move here against the opponent, and this is going to allow us to get some damage onto them, and with that, we can just let the move go. We are going to be able to just take the hit, go down, but we can go to our Corviknight, getting a ton of energy advantage as I reveal that they have the Lapras here. And I'm going to try to catch the move. It didn't work, but at the end of the day, I'm going to be able to get some Thousand pressure in, and I'm also going to be able to get some nice, just the shield there. Like, the we still have some solid energy that we can use against the opponent, which is cool. And at this point, we hope, of course, for a boost. We always kind of hope for a boost here. A boost is always nice to have. And as you guys see, we are going to get this exact boost as we can try to get the KO here with a charge move. I don't think they're happy with how things went here as well. But as we see, this is going to be perfectly fine. And we're going to be able to win this battle. Next up, we are going to have the Talonflame. That's interesting. We're going to be able to go for a charge move here. This is gonna be very, very interesting because what we see here next is that we're just gonna try to stay in. We're going to have the super effective coverage here with our chilling water, which is gonna drop the opponent's attack. Of course, they can boost themselves up with that charge move there as well. But as we see here, we're gonna swap out onto the CHARJABUG, onto the Fly. This can only be the Fly, I think. Fly is coming through at least. And we will see the third coming in here now, but we've got a lot of damage already in against the opponent, which is super important. Like this, we're gonna get the damage up against them here. We can even take the hit. I think I still even survive this hit here. And we do. And with that, we can even reach another extra. Like, CHARJABUG is such a good Pokemon with a Volt Switch buff. This is literally such a good Pokemon to run. And again, this is the current rank 1 in the world team, and it's just running Community Day Pokemon. And also, 2 of them are just super, super recent. So, you're most likely going to have all of those Pokemon. So, definitely give it a try. It will take a little bit in order to get used to it. Here I will be able to take the Fly from the opponent. They have the Florges in the back themselves. I don't think I played it perfectly. I should just swap out straight away into my own Florges. But I decided to go for another charge move and a little bit of extra energy, which is pretty silly because what you just saw as well is I actually had a little bit of energy loaded on my Florges, but now I'm so far behind the opponent that I'm not really feeling that I have a lot of play here anymore. So yeah, chilling water is coming through. We are going to have here the attack drop onto the opponent, but as we see as well, we are not really in the best spot. The opponent goes for the Disarming Voice, knocks that out. We have to go for at least 2 charge moves here, and we have to hope that we're going to be able to get more, the air cutters coming in there, and we just barely not reach the air cutter in time. This was really close at the end of the day. Like, this was not perfectly played, it was really, really close. I think this team is actually fantastic, by the way. Because, like, the thing is, of course, you're always going to be able to debuff everything. Here, we're actually going to be able to go for the crunch early against the CHARJABUG, and this is basically where I can see opponents' cost, as I want to say. Both start with C, sorry, getting confused there. But we see already how much damage this actually does. We can use a shield, and we can go for 2, and then even an extra now at this point, in order to pressure the opponent to either use shields or go down. As we see, they decided to use a shield, which is perfectly fine for us. We use the cheaper move to go for it. And we're in a very solid position. The Power Gem is going to get shielded, and we would be able to fully farm them down, but they sub out into the Blastoise, which is alright for us as well. It's not ideal, but it is what it is. It's a Pokemon that we can still deal with. We have still the super effective coverage on our lead here, on our Florges, and as you see, we're going to be able to just go ahead and go for the Trailblazer against the opponent. This is looking alright. This is going to be okay for us. This is going to allow us to, no shield here. This is totally okay for us as well. The Hydro Kick is coming through, and we can try our best to go for a charge move here. The next charge move is going to allow us to get the KO against the opponent. Oh, never mind. They sub out into the Tinkaton, and because we went for the other move, just to cover up a potential swap there, we were able to do some nice damage against them and debuff the attack for them for the entire matchup here against the Corviknight. And then you have that kind of matchup back and forth the entire time. A lot of times I like to be in my Tinkaton against the Corviknight, but like this, I would have definitely not liked to be in my Tinkaton against the Corviknight because we're gonna be able to get the KO here with the debuff. They barely do any damage. We're gonna have here another Blastoise go down. We have the Corviknight going to be able to knock out the Corsola. Some ACs here as well again. And we're going to win this battle quite easily. We can move on to the final one for today. We will face the Corsola in the lead again. This time around, I want to see what's going to happen when you actually stay in. And as we will see here, this is looking alright. It's not looking too bad for us. Absolutely not. We can go for the charge move spams with the CHARJABUG. But as we see as well, we can just go ahead and try our best to, get some damage in here. With this one, we are kind of getting walled here so far. Like, there's not really a lot that I can say about that. There have been a lot of cases where I just get walled with that, but as you see here, there's going to be the Fire Punch coming through. This is going to be okay. We're going to have here another no shield coming through. It's going to be another Fire Punch, and we're going to have our Florges, which at least has some super effective coverage here. And I can go for Trailblaze. I kind of want to try to win this matchup here, just with our Pokemon, with our Florges. Let's see, we're gonna get the Empoleon out. This is the worst Pokemon I could have imagined. We saw the Corsola beforehand already, but we are just kind of getting walled with our lead. We don't really have a lot that we can do there. So yeah, this is kinda it. This is kinda it. As we see here, the Nightshade is coming through. We're gonna try our best to go for the payback to knock them out, but they're very likely just going to decide to use a shield here. As we will see, they decide to use a shield, and with that, we are not going to be able to do anything else. We're just going to be able to, yeah, shield this move up. It's going to be the Nightshade. We can try our best to go for our payback against the opponent again, but we're just in such a bad position. I don't think it's going to really work out for us. And as you're going to see, the opponent goes down, but there's still the Empoleon. And what are we going to do here with our Pokemon? So yeah, this is going to be it for this video. Again, thanks so much to Jackaloco to, yeah, let me know what team you are running. Congratulations to rank 1 in the world, and definitely a fun team to run. 3 Community Day Pokemon. This is going to be it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, feel free to leave a like, and I will see you then. Bye bye.